Learn what happens to your family if something unfortunately happens to you. Welcome everyone to another edition of the Highball Advisors Railroad Retirement Whiteboard. My name's John McNamara of Highball Advisors, and today we're going to talk about what I consider one of the most important subjects, right? Taking care of the family, the Survivor Annuity. So the Railroad Retirement Board, as you work, right, you're paying into Railroad Retirement for your service and age annuity, and then your spouse annuity if you're married. And then what they also provide is a survivor annuity. So if you go before your family, right, before your wife or your children, they provide a survivor annuity, right, a stipend so that your family can survive without you. So what I thought in this video is I'll just go over the basics, high-level stuff to get you starting to think about the survivor annuity and things that you can do. So if you come into this situation, you'll have some knowledge, some working knowledge to start with when you have a conversation with the Railroad Retirement Board. So let's talk about the survivor annuity and what it is, right? So it's a monthly benefit paid to the widows, right, the spouse, children, okay, children, and that's certain requirements, and I'll get into that a little bit later, and then other dependents, and that might be like maybe your parents if you're supporting them. There's certain requirements there for that type of survivor payment. All right, now in order to get the survivor annuity, this is the important part. All right, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you really got to pay attention to this part. So you need the 5 years of service, right? That connection with the railroad, 5 years of service after 1995. Before 1995, if you worked, you need that 10 years of service. Now you need the current connection, right? So check out my video, Current Connection Railroad Retirement. That will go through it. But very important. So 12 months of service in the last 30 months, right? That gets you that current connection. Or if you leave the railroad and don't take basically a W-2 job, as I like to say, before you start your annuity, that will keep your connection. Also, or if you retire and become self-employed, you can keep your connection anyway. But that's very, very important, is that current connection for the survivor annuity. Because if you lose the survivor annuity, right, and something unfortunate happens to you, right, so here's the penalty. No current connection, and the family goes into Social Security. So what does that mean? That means you're losing the Tier 2 benefit, which is probably the most important part, right? So especially if you're a railroader with 25, 30, 35 years, that's a significant amount of money that just goes by the wayside if that current connection is lost. So very, very important. There's some strategies you can do to protect that. If you do take another job, you can do that through term life insurance, that type of thing, just to protect that annuity. Very, very important. So let's keep going on the survivor annuity here. So the payments, right, for widows, 60 and over, you can start collecting. Children, if you have a child under the house, in the house under the age of 18, they can collect a survivor annuity. If you have disabled children, there's also survivor annuity. And as I mentioned before, if you, let's say, supporting your parents or something, elderly parents paying over 50% of their support or their what they need to survive, that's you can have an annuity on there. And there's a lot of different formulas on that. All right. So let's go through an example here. Okay, this is important. So let's just take a railroader. And let's say they've retired, okay, and they have a Tier 1 of 2,000 and Tier 2 of 1,000, in which case the spouse would have 1,000, right, half of Tier 1 and 45% of Tier 2. So that's a great amount of income there. Now, right, and this is assuming they have the current connection when they started their annuity, all right, and now something unfortunate has happened to the railroader. So basically what would happen is the spousal annuity would go away, and this would roll into a survivor annuity, in which case they would get $2,000, right, and then $1,000 of the Tier 2. So that's just a very clean example of the survivor annuity. Now, obviously, a lot of situations come up where maybe the spouse was working, and let's say she was working, and she paid into Social Security all those years. What's important to remember, okay, and this is another Social Security rule applies, right? Social Security or Tier 1, however those are the rules. limit to whatever the highest amount is what they're going to be. So you can't say, oh, I'll take the tier 1 survivor here, and I've paid into Social Security and I'm supposed to get another $1,500. That will be $3,500 I should be getting. No, it's going to be the higher of the two amounts. So if it's $2,000 and $1,500, the $2,000 amount will supersede. Or if you have a higher Social Security amount of, let's say, $2,500, this will go away, so it'll be $2,500 and $1,000. All right, so there's a lot of moving parts here when it comes to survivor annuity. I mean, railroad retirement is confusing enough as it is. Throw a survivor annuity on there, it gets even more difficult. But just to highlight again, it really all starts with that current connection. Understand your current connection, very, very important. All right, so I hope you found this video helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions. This is really important stuff. If you're getting nearer to retirement, reach out for the Boarding for Railroad retirement process that I go through. It's a free assessment, really lays a lot of this stuff out for you. All right, and share this video with other railroaders. This is, like I said, very important. Share it with them. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do appreciate that. And click on the notification bell to get the latest video. But until next time, everyone, please stay safe, stay on track, and take care. So long, everybody.